This is the original MSI Claw, and with a lot of eyes and attention on the upcoming MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and boot up Marvel Rivals and show that this machine is still capable of running some of people's favorite games, old games, retro games, and even brand new modern games. So maybe it's not worth the price of an ROG Ally X or a Lenovo Legion Go at its full price. But if you can catch a great deal on this, like maybe $400, $300 or something, if you see it that low, it might be a considerable option, especially if you are new to handheld gaming and don't want to spend $500, $600, sometimes even $800 or more dollars on a brand new handheld. Me personally, I had originally skipped out on the MSI Claw, and MSI actually sent this out to me a little bit later, and it gave me a reason to try it out and see what it was all about and see how bad or good it could possibly be. Even just launching this game, I was impressed just because when I initially tried to launch this on my ROG Ally, it was a stuttery disaster. I'm not saying the system can't run it, but I'm going to have to look and see if there's any available drivers or what my Ally is missing in order to get it up and running, just because my initial experience on the Ally wasn't the greatest. Sometimes this will happen to me where I just use one particular handheld for a period of time, and my other ones tend to fall behind into updates and drivers and things like that, which kind of sucks and is just a general annoying part of PC gaming. But if long enough amount of time goes by, then when I go back to that system, when I want to use it, I have to do a bunch of updates, fine-tune things, and figure things out just to get them up and running again. And that seems to be the case with my Ally. I haven't used it in a little bit, and then this game came out. I thought I was going to jump in here and try it, and it just was not working properly. Who do I want to be right now? Should we tank? We have, yeah, I could tank. Now, all of my settings are on low, and I'm using Intel XeSS to get this running, which is like their version of FSR, I guess. And I'm playing at 720p, but yeah, everything low quality, low. Space reflections for screen or reflection quality. And yeah, that's pretty much the settings there. Let's go ahead and Hulk up here. And I did start a little late, so I'm gonna be a little bit late over there. A little bit of stutters there. Oh, they have a Hulk too. Oh, their Luna's weak. Nice. Yeah, we did get a few stutters there in the beginning, but it might keep happening, it might not. It might have to tweak some things later. I don't even know what VRAM I'm playing at or anything. I kind of just turned the thing on, you know, downloaded the game. Very casual, tweaking experience. Like, I didn't really touch anything, just to see what the experience would be like, which is what people would probably normally do if they don't look into like settings or, you know, their best possible device settings instead of the in-game settings. Like, some people just don't look at all that stuff. They just jump in there and expect something to work, and that's kind of like what I did here. Normally I would tweak a lot more or like mess with things, test them before I show them, that sort of thing. Now, those stutters are pretty annoying, but at least the game is working, right? I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to like make it work even better than this. Perhaps there is, because I can see people really complaining about stutters like that. But the game works, and it is a new game, so there's always room for improvement on both ends, the game and the actual device settings. Can this banner just, ooh, nice. Hella weak. This is Black Panther, oh my god. Sometimes it's just what's going on in the game that causes like some of these stutters. And just like that, we captured the first point. It wasn't absolutely horrible. I mean, there was those stutters, but we won the round. I was able to play, and I'm willing to look past some of those things if it is the game's fault that like the stuttering or frame dipping is happening. Settings, display, where's our show FPS? Yeah, sure. Let's see what we're working with here. Going like 85, 90 frames, which is pretty good. I'm hulking out. All right, this seems like it's going to be a nice, smooth sail in the park. Also, this match is probably relatively easier than all of my other matches simply because I'm playing via the Epic Games launcher. I just decided to give it a try. Even that might have something to do with it. I had not played on the Epic launcher before, but I realized I can't link my Steam account to the Epic Games version of the game, which is weird. Like, normally I play on Steam. On my other handhelds, I've played the game on Steam, and on my desktop PC, I play on Steam. For this device, I decided to change things up a little bit and play on the Epic Games Launcher. You also get a Fortnite glider for having the game on Epic Games Launcher, something like that. There's some kind of incentive for playing on the Epic Games Launcher. So I decided, you know what, I have multiple devices, might as well try something different for this one. Is there a Jeff around here? Oh, I thought that the hammer, or whatever that red thing was a shark fin. I got PTSD. Yeah, the account linking thing is weird. Hopefully they figure that out. So I can't do cross progression between my Epic account or Epic Games Launcher version of the game and my Steam version of the game. And probably the same for console. Like, if I wanted to jump on Xbox, I think I'd have a whole different account again, which is weird. Kind of weird to see in 2024 for games to do that. If they do have crossplay, at least. This game has crossplay, but not cross progression, I believe. And maybe they're working on that. I don't know too much about it, but I would be happy to see my same account on whatever device I decide to play on. And then there's the no crossplay for competitive, if someone's on console and you're on PC. So you can still do casual play with people on other systems. If they're on Xbox and you're on PC or a handheld, but you can do competitive. But also, I don't know if you really want to only play competitive if you're using a handheld. Maybe if it's your only device. If it's your only device, I understand, like, okay, I'm just going to play comp on here regardless because this is where I play the game. But if you have multiple devices, I don't know why you'd use your handheld to specifically play comp all the time. I mean, I'm not saying you can't get cracked at the game, but I'm just saying it's kind of... Come here! It's dying time. Come here. Wow, they're really pushing to overtime right now. Let me give you guys shield. Come on, Cap. Mess her up. Ooh, a lot of frame dip. Yeah, it seems like whenever there's just a lot going on the screen, it tends to freak out, and there's frame dips and stutters and things like that. That was my first actual full match with low settings, 720p, and I'm playing on performance mode for the TDP on the actual system. Where is the M center? Is this M center? Oh, it's freaking out. Okay, so on here, user scenario, I am on extreme performance mode, and then my in-game settings were all low, 720p. That's how I was able to achieve 90 frames with dips and relatively decent amount of stutters there. So I would like to improve that if I can in any way. But we were still able to win the game. I was able to control my character, play the game, and enjoy the game. Now, I know there's really picky people that don't want to see any stutters or anything like that. So for those people, they either have to tweak their settings to get this thing up and running, or they have to look at a different handheld and be willing to spend more on a different handheld that is going to ensure the best performance most times. Although, like I said, if your handheld falls behind in updates and things like that, the Ally is relatively more optimized and stronger. The Z1 Extreme chip is a better fit for handhelds in this current timeline with Lunar Lake and the future of Intel and the Z2 Extreme chip and things like that. There's going to be more to look at there, which we have to talk about later on, because the future of handhelds is looking like we're actually progressing or taking a big leap here in the next year or so. So for the time being, this one just falls short of something like the Ally or the Legion Go in terms of performance most times in most cases, at least from what I've tried and from what I've seen other people try. But with that being said, even sometimes those systems will fall behind or lag or stutter and do things that a lot of normal PCs do anyway. Like I said, if you find this thing for a relatively low price and you want to get your foot in the door with handheld gaming, it's still kind of keeping up with games like Marvel Rivals and Call of Duty, which I've even tried on here. So I wouldn't completely count this thing out. The MSI Claw is not my everyday device, but I do like tapping in and seeing what it's able to do sometimes. That was just the case here. So hopefully you found this informative or entertaining. As always, I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.